Alright folks, so Acid Roots here with part 7 of Crash Team Racing. Now if this footage looks familiar, that's because it is. I decided to rehash like the first 40 seconds or so just to kind of, you know, space out this project a bit. Because I just feel like, you know, this game is too good just to watch it just within the span of an hour. So this is like the second hot take here, and we're just going to kind of, you know, it'll be interesting just to kind of have some extra footage so we don't beat this game in like 8 parts. But really, you're going to see Komodo Joe in this episode. And, you know, we'll probably get to like, I mean, I could have, but you'll see what happens. I've got some stuff planned. Basically, what's coming is World 4 in the next episode, and that's 4 more races, and then the boss. And then on obviously you can go on to nitrous oxide, the final boss, but I'm going to do a little bit of extra stuff. I've decided I'm not going to beat the game twice. I'm not going to try to get the CTR, so if you're expecting like 100% playthrough, I mean, I know that really is not technically beating the game if like you don't actually fight nitrous oxide twice, but I feel like there's not much that the game elsewise has to offer. It's kind of like, you know, like any time a video game makes you do the races a second time to complete like the bonus objectives. I am gonna do, like I was saying, I am going to do the crystal collecting. I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna see what happens there. If I can. I mean, there's 4 extra courses, and those are basically the battle mode courses, which I really wish that this game would have had like a battle mode where you could fight computers rather than the crystal collecting. It would have been so much better. But you know, whatever. I mean, it's just kind of, it would have been interesting to like hit Cortex with a bowling bomb or something, you know. I definitely felt like they could have been more creative there. But you know, for what it is, that's kind of a contribution why this game is so short. But honestly, I just know I don't have the skill set. If I can't beat this stage like this, just getting first, I know I'm going to have even more difficulty trying to get the CTR or whatever else I have to do it. So this is like, nah. But I am going to race nitrous oxide, and then we'll call it that. You know, basically go from World 4, the crystal collecting stages, to nitrous oxide, and that should wrap it up. So this project will probably be 11, 12, 13 parts, something in that ballpark. Probably no more than 15, but I just want this project to last for longer than an hour. Because right now it's probably somewhere in like the hour and 30 minutes range, but I know. I mean, that's the thing, is PlayStation games are basically longer than, you know, Super Nintendo and all those Sega Genesis type games, but really they just had good lengths. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when a game starts to get too long, it just becomes a little bit too engaging. Like, I do like the concept of games like Elder Scrolls and, you know, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, and some of those type games, but they are really like months upon months worth of games. I mean, those stretch into like part 236 and those type episodes. It's like, how many people can watch a 240 part LP? I just am curious about that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of speed runs. I'll go ahead and say that. I don't like when people try to beat games as quickly as possible. But I'm also not a fan of like, I mean, there, you know, there should be a balance. I do feel like if you want to eat pizza or something, it kind of feels sluggish. I mean, there are people out there that beat like games like Super Mario Bros. In all the more 15 minutes, and that's not very engaging. I mean, the game is meant to be played across like an hour or two. I mean, if you're just good at the game and you beat it in like 35 minutes, that's one thing. But if you actually, you know, are trying to beat the game as quickly as possible, that's not cool. So, but I don't know, speed runs have their popularity, but I'm not one of such that agrees with that. So, but yeah, so really this course is probably one of the better stages in the game, but it is really tough. I really had trouble with this, and I mean, if I wasn't careful, you guys probably would have just seen this like the whole time. It probably just would have been 15 minutes of me playing this stage. I really kind of got by on the skin of my teeth. I was just like, fuck it, you know. It really started to try my patience, but it's kind of a thing. It's not quite as like fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it like I see it. I know what they were attempting for this, but this stage is not as fun as the Wario course from Mario Kart. As that one was just far and away a clever idea. I mean, this one has good intentions, but really, I mean, it has its bounciness to it. It has some qualities to it, but I feel like the originality factor was just better in that. So, I mean, because it's just tough. I mean, that's the thing. For some reason, World 3 just really started to piss me off. There's just how many courses here I didn't have fun with. I'm definitely glad I didn't have to race Komodo Joe on this course. That would have pissed me off. And, you know, I mean, really, he could have shown up on the ice stages too. But, I'm glad he didn't. The Naughty Dog realized that this would have probably, they could have been a real bastard if they had wanted to, but yeah. So I don't know, and I don't know what's next with Crash Bandicoot. I don't know what I'm gonna wind up doing. I do own Crash Bandicoot Warped, but I'm just kind of unaware of whether or not I'm kind of unaware if I would do Crash Bandicoot Warped, because I wouldn't want to get to like 80%, 90% done with the game and then not be able to beat like the final boss or something. So I'm just kind of, I want to do Crash Warp, but I don't want it to be one of those games where it takes me like a year and a half or 2.5 years just to beat it. I mean, games like Wario Blast are very prime examples of that. I have no trajectory as to when Wario Blast is going to be completed, but I'm definitely going to try to get this game underway. I've only got so much more to do. 4 more races after this one.
So,
plus
beaten all the other racers on these tracks. Well, now you'll see why I'm the most feared driver on the circuit. I'll earn the right to face Oxide by crushing you into brick dust. Let's race.
Yeah, Komodo Joe is kind of an ass goblin, but I just would have to say, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, there's 4 more races after this, and then Nitrous Oxide. Well, actually, there's 2 boss races, 4 more races, and then there's a decent portion. I mean, I want to say that we're kind of over the hill in terms of the halfway point of the game, but there still is enough life left in this. So don't think, you know, there's only 2 more episodes, because there's more. You've got at least another 45 minutes to an hour and a half left of this project. So it's really going to be about a 3-hour project, I'd say, something like that. Because 15 minutes times 12 would be 3 hours, so yeah, it's kind of the thing there. So, but in part 7, we're 3/4 of the way done with the normal races, so it's kind of the thing. But it's a nice little jaunt. I wish I would have done more stuff in November, but I really was kind of impartial. You know, I had stuff, you know, I just got stuff to take care of as the man behind the curtain as Acid Roots. So, but I did want to do it. And in some cases, it was just laziness, where I was just like, you know, I really don't feel like playing this game. That's how I felt back in October. And that kind of happened with me with Donkey Kong Country 2. I mean, if you watch that project and you wonder why I updated up until June and then I waited until late August, I just was not in the mood to do that game. I just really just got kind of tired of it, and I was just at a stage where I knew that the stages that were coming up were going to piss me off. And that's kind of how I felt about this. I mean, I knew that Tiny Arena last month was kind of one of the stages I was going to have to do, but I just didn't realize how much that was going to get on my nerves. So I delayed it, you know, and I kind of, but I was like, you know, I don't want to leave that off. I don't want this to happen like 6 months later. I do want to kind of have some degree of peppiness to it. See, I'm going to break the tangent, but did you see that the fucking TNT crate didn't handle him? So Komodo Joe is not to be fazed by TNT crates, which if he won't, there's no point to getting them. If they knew that he was going to do that, I don't understand why they even let you get the item. You know, it just doesn't make sense. So it is basically a worthless item because it's not effective on him. But yeah, So let's get ready for part 8. That'll be World 4, and we'll see how we do. Now, honestly, if World 4 winds up making me mad, I'm just going to kind of have to say and stuff that whole thing about it will kind of be... about it will kind of be that this project might get longer. I mean, like I said, I'm anticipating about a dozen episodes in this whole project, but it could stretch into 13, 14, 15, depending upon what happens. I don't know what Cortex Castle is going to be like, and I don't know what the Engine stage. I mean, Engine's been secretly kind of getting on my nerves, because he was kind of quiet in the first couple worlds, but now it's just kind of, you know, he's been creeping back into the mix here, so I'm going to have to see what's going on. But if you notice, I got a missile, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to save that for the third lap, the last stretch, blast him with it, and then skirt ahead. Now, honestly, what you don't want to do is shoot the missile too early, and then he breaks ahead of you right before the finish line. You have to have good timing when knowing when to shoot the guy. You don't want to shoot him too late to where he gets hit and then crashes through the finish line. But that's just kind of the thing there. So I think I was just getting like a drink of water or something. That's why this is taking so long. But alright, so he's gonna talk and then that'll be it. You know, I'm not gonna talk during it.
You're not so slow after all. Surprised me you did. Here's a key for the win. Still, I think you're not fast enough to outrace Oxide. We're going to lose our planet, and it will all be your fault.
Well, if we're gonna lose because of me, we definitely would have lost because of you. I mean, those kinds of characters, I mean, that's just kind of the thing there. It's like, come on, you know. If I'm quicker than you, and I lose to nitrous oxide, that means that you definitely would have lost. I guess that's kind of his way of saying that he thinks he's still better, but, you know, just those kinds of remarks you have to come up with. So, but this is my kitten. We received a new kitten the other day. I felt like introducing her. That's Agatha. So, I'll be talking about her more down the road, but... So yeah, I'm going to quickly show a little bit of World 4. I suppose I could have driven around, but I'm really just getting into the world, getting to the save point. You'll see more in the next episode. I don't know if Part 8 will come out in November, but it's on the way. I mean, I'm going to really trigger this game. I'm going to try to get stuff in motion. Alright, subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you in Part 8.